Hello guys, welcome back to GLiiDeR TV. In today's video, it's about The Mandalorian. And it will contain spoilers, so I will give you 3 seconds to leave. 3, 2, 1. So, I just want to start off with how Robert Rodriguez did an amazing job directing this episode. And it had such an emotional feel, so much action, and this episode was something that I predicted before the season will start. And when it happened, I was just like, oh shit, it's an episode early that I thought it would happen, but it did. And you know, I'm just gonna start from the beginning and work my way through the end, from what I remember from the episode. And it starts off with Din and little Grogu on the ship, and he is, getting used to calling him Grogu, and then little Grogu goes, or oh, and you can tell how he's getting really emotionally attached to the kid, even though he's been emotionally attached to him for a while. You can tell how sad he was when he was saying that he's taking him to the place where he's supposed to choose his path on the stone. And so, once they arrive, he gets on the stone, and then who shows up in the background coming in that ship? Boba Fett. And that cinematography on that scene looks so cool because it's just like going very slow, and it just gets the audience prepared of who's coming, and it's the amazing Boba Fett. And I like how when Mando tries to go confront him, Boba Fett, says, I've been watching you and following you because I want my armor, because that armor is my father's. So Mando just goes to say, you are not part of the creed, and blah blah blah. And then so basically Boba Fett just says that he has an entitlement to have that armor or whatever. And then the thing that kind of like what's it called? Kind of shocked me was when Boba already had the other bounty hunter with him, the one who was like left for dead in the first season. I forgot her name, but she was with him and she was pointing her gun at the child. And Mando wanted to make an agreement, like if you can not kill him, I will give you the armor and whatnot. And so during that whole thing, there's another ship just coming, and I'm just thinking that cannot be a Jedi. All it can be is maybe the friggin' Empire or whatever, or Moff Gideon's troops. And look who it is, friggin' stormtroopers. And for me, I just wonder how they got there. But anyways, oh right, Moff had somebody put a tracker in Mando's ship. I forgot about that. Okay, well that's how they found him. They start fighting, and Mando tries to go get the child, but he's currently in his meditation type of little force field or whatever, and you can tell his little emotion that he has because he doesn't want anything to happen to him. And there's so many instances because he goes back like 2 or 3 times, like dude. And so that was a very anxious moment because like you don't know if there's gonna be more coming. And so when Boba Fett and the other bounty hunter were fighting them, it was so nice to finally see Boba Fett just going ham, using that stick and frickin' going ham on all the other stormtroopers, breaking their frickin' armor and stabbing them. And I'm just thinking, this is the Boba Fett we've been waiting for. Because in episode 5, when he was only just shooting probably twice, and then Chewie or Han Solo accidentally hits him on the jetpack, he just flies away and goes and dies. But he doesn't die. Oh, it was just amazing to see that. And I kind of got a little teary-eyed because of how exciting it was. But wait, there's more. And um, so it was when the bounty hunter. Just want to say the scene where she's like, overwhelmed and she jumps off the cliffs and like Cliff, not Cliffs, Cliff, and turns around and does like a little shooting thing as she's going down and kills one. I was like, oh, cool. The fact that she got overwhelmed and then Mando came to, help her with that little Iron Man looking freaking lasers, or little, like, whatever. Um, so it was cool to see that, and then how he was protecting her with his Beskar armor. And the fact that when they got overwhelmed, because friggin' Boba saw that ship after fighting those dudes, and he saw that ship, he's like, this is my time, I'm gonna go get my armor. And so when Mando and the other bounty hunter were overwhelmed, here comes that jetpack sound with Boba Fett and his armor. He's going freaking ham. And I started crying, honestly, because seeing somebody that you were watching when you were little coming to freaking life and killing everybody in his sight was so awesome. And it was so cool how he shot those freaking missiles out of those, not missiles, but like little shots out of his knee. And then the stormtroopers were like, oh, and they they ran off. I thought that was just friggin' awesome. And after that, Boba Fett shows something on his armor of like the little letterings of like who had it, and that it's his name and then his dad's name, Jango, and then how Jango was a foundling and stuff. And then that's when Mando says like, okay, you can have the armor. And right when that happens, a big laser comes comes down and destroys, just obliterates Mando's ship. And you can tell how sad he is, because now what is he gonna do? And so that's when he thinks, I need to get Grogu. And so as he's running up there, that's when the scene cuts to like a different section, and it's Moff Gideon saying if the Dark Troopers are ready. I'm just thinking, we're gonna see them in action. And so you just see the four of them coming down. I just think that it's so cool how you just see them coming from space all the way down to the little temple. But ah, it's just like the anxious and sadness, because we already know like they might or might not take him, even though, because I don't know how Mando would go against those four. Anyways, so when they came in, and Grogu like wakes up because he was feeling weak from doing the meditation on the stone, and when they take him, and then when Mando just zooms in on um his little mask thing, and then he sees this child looking so sad and like looking down from being, taken up. That scene made me cry. um it was so sad. Jesus, that is something I predicted. I knew from the very beginning that Moff Gideon was gonna somehow kidnap Grogu, and he used the Dark Troopers for that. And I mean, I wasn't shocked, but I was shocked that it was like an hour early, because I predicted it that it would happen on the second to last episode. And then the last episode would be all the fight where everybody comes together and just like goes ham to save the child. But okay. So, and then when Mando goes down to the the shipwreck or whatever, everything is just gone, and he's just looking through the ground and stuff, and he sees that little tiny ball, and you can tell how sad he feels, that he wants to do anything to go get him. And I just love that they had it to where Boba and the other bounty hunter are like keeping the agreement to where they want they're gonna keep the child safe until he gets back into Mando's hands. And the fact that they're gonna team up makes me so happy, because that means we're gonna see a bunch of friggin' action. Yes. Fast forward to when they go back to the other Marshal, Cara Dune. And I knew it was a spoiler, because that freaking medal that she has on this freaking thing, she has it now, and she's part of the New Republic. So I got the spoiler 2 weeks before. Mando goes in asking if she can look for somebody who's like the sharpshooter or whatever, who's in, I guess, prison or whatever, and it's the guy from the first season that has like that gun that comes out of here or whatever, and it has its own little mind. So I'm just so excited to see that guy again. And um, when Mando was saying like I need your help with something, and how it's like dealt with Moff Gideon, and how she says that in the New Republic and whatnot, it's they have like a certain thing that they can't do. And once he mentions that they took Grogu, like a little switch turned off in her head, like I need to help him with something. And so I am excited because now we're gonna be um, probably getting a team up together or whatever. Hopefully Ahsoka back so there can be some dark saber with some lightsaber action. And so the last scene was when Moff Gideon is going into the cell where Grogu is, and Grogu's, doing his force thing with the two stormtroopers and trying to kill them and whatnot. And then in my mind, I'm just thinking, I just hope he doesn't get that emotion where he turns to the dark side, and because you can tell how angry he was, and I was just so scared about that. But the fact how like Moff Gideon was kind of like toying with him, like shooting out that dark saber, and he says like, "Do you know where this is from? And do you know what this is?" and whatever. Um, but that scene just makes you want to go, "Frick you, Moff Gideon, you suck." But oh man, like I just can't wait to see how these next two episodes will be. And yeah, like even though this episode was super short, it was perfectly well done. My favorite episode out of both seasons. And um yeah, it was just really crazy to watch. I was left flabbergasted. Um Speckeldorfed. And so yeah, but those are my thoughts, and um just letting you guys know about the spoilers and whatnot. And if y'all want to have a discussion about it in the comments, do so, because I want to hear y'all's thoughts. I like hearing everyone's thoughts on this episode. So yeah, but thank you guys so much for watching, and stay tuned for more episodes coming up next week, and also Friday for the other Mandalorian episode. So yeah, and I will see you guys next time. So deuces.